Well, I finally got this thing in the mail. This is the part that I ordered for this chainsaw, if you guys remember. Picked this up at my drop-off bin. Someone left it for me. And this thing is just all bored, all scored up. The bore is all scored. And it's got to be replaced. This ring is all warped. Everything's bad there. So I ordered this and this. It comes in a little kit. Came from China today. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. I believe it was around $25 to get it shipped to my house. Now that's going to be, I'm a little bit weary about that because it's pretty cheap. But hey, you know, I can get to work again just using this. Why not? See how it goes? I mean, it looks the same. Little spark plug. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Quality might not be the best here, so we'll take a closer look. I don't have time to do it today. I have a lot to do. I'll show you what I'm doing right now. Got the truck all filled up. And it was a beast trying to get this filled up right now. This represents 17 air conditioners that I've taken apart. So there's 17 of these sealed units. 17 of the fan motors and 2 buckets of copper back there that are from the air conditioning units. So that's about 17 ACs worth, and a good sized bucket of brass here too. That's a bunch of other stuff in there. This piece here is just all pure aluminum. And what else do I got? Some dirty aluminum wire, some zinc and aluminum back there, and these are spools of wire. Probably get copper number 2 for those, and they'll probably just end up deducting the weight of the metal spools, deduct that off to kind of do a guesstimate, because they have these great big like alligator shears that they could just snip right through that real quick. That's the plan. And I gotta go pick up some supplies for renovation. So tonight's the night where I'm going to be putting this chainsaw back together. Hopefully everything will go okay. This Chinese part that I ordered, man, it was super cheap. So cheap, but I mean everything's here. The parts, all the parts are identical. So I don't know. It looks like it's going to be going okay. It looks like it's going to work. And those things fit together. Seems to be just going all right. So anyways, what I'm doing is I just have a YouTube video playing, and this guy is showing me exactly how I should be putting this thing back together. So, you know, people think I'm like really good at this stuff, but all I do is I just follow YouTube videos. I call myself a YouTube mechanic. So it does help to know a little bit of stuff here and there, but you know, anyone can do this sort of stuff. This little repair project is going a lot smoother than I thought. Pretty happy with it. I mean, this kit that I bought from China, I think $25 for this little kit, and it's actually really good. There's this very generic spark plug that I'm not going to use, but that's it. The kit came with a bolt that you can put in here for the decompression of the cylinder. This chainsaw doesn't have that decompression plug, so they have a little bolt that you can just put in its place. I was a bit worried at first because I saw that hole. I'm like, crap, do I have to buy another part? But no, it comes with a little bolt too. So I'm just getting ready to finalize this thing here, and not much else has to be done. It's just put the handlebar back on, the chain brake, the bar, and the chain, and that's going to be it. And we'll test it out. I have a good feeling that this thing is going to fire up because it's really feels really good now. Hey guys, Sunday afternoon. I'm going to spend a little evening really. Sun's going to go down in a couple hours. But I thought I'd come out here and start to work on my trailer, my camper trailer. I got that last year. It's been almost, well, it's been over a year now since I've had it, and I still have it. I'm just dragging my feet with this thing, trying to get it out of here. It's a lot more work than I thought it was. Man, oh man. I just took off the air conditioner unit from the top. It wasn't hard. After you, it was just bolted from the inside, and after that it was just loose. I just threw it off the top. The whole shroud was already broken. I was going to resell it, but then I saw the shroud was just all smashed up. Nah, I didn't want to do it, so I threw it off the roof. So now it's just a piece of shred. Still finding a few goodies here and there. You know, stuff like these things. I'll probably hang on to those. Shock absorbers. That was underneath the king size, the master bedroom. That was underneath the bed. There's a compartment, and they've never been used. I don't think that compartment was ever used. But you know, still finding a few things here and there. So it's been a good little find, this camper. It's just a lot of work. I've made quite a bit of money. Exactly how much money, I don't really know. I've sold almost all the appliances except for the propane stove and the propane furnace, the propane heater. Everything else I've sold. Like the refrigerator I sold for $250, the water heater I think $150, and there's a bunch of little stuff too. You know, I even sold the bathroom sink. I think I sold the sink for $30. But so I'm still looking at a few pieces to resell. Like there's the shower faucet. I could probably sell that on eBay, and I think that is the sink faucet, I believe. So it's all plastic, right? So it's really lightweight. So that's what's desirable for campers, to save on weight. That's a little pump. That was for this, which is the detergent for the toilet. That's just that's going to be garbage. I could try to resell it if I want, but I don't feel like it because I don't know. I just don't really want to hang on to it. If you're ever going to do one of these things, guys, be prepared for a lot of garbage. I know I've said that in my last videos before, but man, it is a lot of garbage. The wood, the insulation, the fiberglass, the paneling, the plastic. It's just so much garbage. So I've been putting it out bag by bag with my local municipal garbage. It's just a bunch of, that's all number 2 wire. This big pile of Bromex from inside. So there is some good stuff, definitely. As far as scrap value, this thing is not good for scrap. You know, of course, there's the base, which is the gold nugget at the end of the rainbow for me. That's why I'm doing this whole thing, is just trying to get the base stripped down and get that cleaned off, because there's a good trailer underneath all of this. That's from the air conditioner. There may be some controls inside here, or some relay. Yeah, there's a relay board inside there, it says. So a little control board inside that. And this is just the extension cable. It's pretty long, so that's worth some money. I've sold cable this thick before on eBay. Done pretty well with that. You know, even stuff like this. This is just a lot of the cushions, right, from the couch. And I'm thinking of trying to sell all this. Oh man, just as I was saying that I've had to do battle with a lot of wasps and bees with this RV, another nest just surfaced. As soon as I was moving this big piece of wood here, man, a big swarm just popped right up, and I just got out of there. A little bit more equipped now. Gloves, mosquito net, got a hoodie on, pants, the whole bit. Oh, they're all going down that hole. Definitely winning the war, guys. Finally got these wasps. It's taken me a while though. Used the combination of the flamethrower and the shop vac but I finally cooked them all. There's their nest right there. See if there's any left. There might be a couple foragers coming back here and there, but other than that, they are done. Done! Squirming down there. They are cooked. So their nest is just full of eggs. Oh yeah. I got them good. It adds to the amount of work that I have to do to get this job done. You know, I've probably spent... there's one still alive! This one back on. It's probably, you know, added at least 5 hours to my workload. Oh well. Another thing that I just took off while I was trying to do this was the door. Took the whole front door off here. And it's pretty nice. So I have it just under my carport there. So I have, I'm asking for $100. I put it on Kijiji. $100. Well, a lot of this RV stuff is selling pretty well. You know, in my area, there's just a lot of campers, especially on the St. Lawrence River. Lots of communities that come for the summertime and live up there in the summertime. You know, in your area, you may have lost them too. But I know like housing is really expensive, so people are turning to living in these. And so, you know, people will need to have parts for them. So definitely something to think about if you ever come across something like this. It could be worth your time to part it out. You know who is going to like something like this. There you go, guys. I even cooked it for you. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Oh yeah, little grubs and everything, they'll just eat that up. They love it. Oh, that one got one. Mama bird. She's beating up everybody, even our big rooster over there. Look at him, he's so scared. Oh, can I have some too? It's so funny, she like takes a bit from there and just puts it on the ground for the babies. It's funny how they have these instincts. Guys, let's see if we can pull down this trailer today. I got a rope attached to the trailer right there. The thing is almost ready to come down. I may have to do a few more cuts, but I'm going to give it a good shake and see what happens. Alright, I went and I cut all these slats here, and I hit some with a sledgehammer. I took off a whole bunch of aluminum. It's just about to come down. I'm going to pull it down though. See what happens here. This is the camper roof, all cut up into skinny pieces here. I'm gonna have to bring all that to the dump. This is a giant pile of aluminum that I have to clean up. But what I mean by clean up is get all the steel off of it. You see it all has these little staples on it, little metal staples on the whole thing. And I've cleaned up this stuff before. It just takes a lot of consistency, and you know, once you get all your tools set up in a little spot, you know, I find I can just zip right through it. And that is the camper right now as it stands. It's still has the floor, and there's just 3 tanks underneath it. There's a septic, there's a gray water, and I think there's another one for something else, maybe like potable water or something. But there's 3 big plastic tanks underneath there. I have to get that cleaned up. See, like that one is the septic, and that there's 2 other ones. You can see them underneath there. Oh, 1, 2, and there's one down there. These are the bars, steel bars that were support that whole part that moves in and out. There was a lot of unscrewing that I had to do when I was taking this out. There's all the screws. All of them in there. I had to do a lot of unscrewing, especially for this part here. Each corner, each side had its own set of screws that was holding everything in place, that was holding it to be weather tight. And I had to undo all of it. It was a lot of work, a lot of unscrewing. And my bit got worn out pretty fast. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, all this had screws in it. So there's something else, you know, there's other bits of aluminum. Guys, I'm totally done stripping down this camper. And it's been a fun process. I put in a lot of hours with this thing. I'm gonna guess maybe 50 hours of tearing this thing down and dealing with the waste and you know, just all around work I had to do with this guy. So I've left this top up here just to I guess just as a little platform. Maybe someone can use that if they want to keep it like that. So I just left it. This tire right here, I don't know what happened with this guy. Look at that uneven wear it has. It's pretty bad. So may just need to be balanced or something. Anyways, all the other ones seem fine. Maybe this one has a little bit of the same. Guess it just needs to be balanced. Anyways, I just put up a listing for it, and I added that into the listing for Kijiji, and I'm starting it at $1,200. Yikes, it seems high, I know. I'm just going to test out the waters and see what happens. It's better to start high than to start low. That's what I always say, because you know, people can make an offer, and if they want to offer me $800, I'll take it. So there are some things that I haven't sold yet, and some things that I have sold. So the toilet, for example, $30. Cushions, windows, and the stove. Those are things that I haven't sold yet. I have 3 windows left, but I have sold some windows. I think I sold at least 5 windows. So I made $140 so far for the windows. The stove hasn't sold yet. The front door, that's the front door, I sold that for $100. The bathroom sink, I sold that for $25. The refrigerator, that sold pretty quick for $250. The hot water tank, I sold that for $100. The furnace, I sold that for $150. The AC/DC converter, I can't quite remember, but I did sell it on Kijiji and I shipped it. So the guy paid $200 plus $30 for shipping. And there's a little water pump in there that I have it on eBay right now. So I have it for sale for $50. I have lots of watchers, so I'm pretty sure that was going to sell soon. There's a hydraulic pump motor thing, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. I haven't listed it. I haven't really done very much research, but I did some quick research just now, and I think I can sell between $200 to $400. So this is a hydraulic pump. So this is what moves the room in and out. So this controls this moves a piston that drives the sliding room in and out. So it has a motor, it has 2 solenoids here, and it has a reservoir to keep all of the oil, and then 2 lines to activate the piston. It has a little switch here, in and out. And that's just you can use that for a manual crank to move the thing in and out manually without, if this thing ever breaks down or if you lose power or whatever. So that's an expensive little contraption there. So I think I can sell that for, yeah, $200 to $400, somewhere around there. That motor was sitting somewhere around here. I can't remember where it was, but you see, this is the contraption that moved the room in and out. And there was a hydraulic piston that sat right here. I took that out, and that hydraulic piston, I have that on Kijiji as well for $50, but I haven't sold it yet. I'll show that to you now. Yeah, here it is right here. It's just a big piston. It's pretty tall and skinny. So there is one side for it, and the other one's down there. Anyways, so I have that on Kijiji for $50, and I don't think anyone will buy it, but you never know until you try. I have 3 windows left. Those were really popular this past weekend. I had a whole bunch of people coming out for them, and 3 people came. 2 of them were hunters that were building their own, they had like an enclosed camp trailer that they wanted to put windows in because they were going hunting. And one other person had an actual RV that were replacing their window that I guess broke. This is the toilet. I still have that for sale. And the cushions. I've had a lot of interest in these cushions, but no takers yet. But definitely will sell. I had them listed for sale for $30, and I had lots of interest, but no one came, and I actually bumped it up to $50. Pretty sure I can get 50 for it. This stove here, I probably get someone asking me about this thing every week, maybe 1 or 2 a week. No one's bought it yet. So that's the hydraulic piston I showed you. Now the trailer base itself is this guy, and I have it listed right now for $1,200. It's a 5th wheel. It has the legs that are motorized. There's the motor right there that will drive the legs up and down. Battery box, which is empty. And I took the propane tanks off. Oh, that's one thing I didn't mention. I didn't include on my list. There was a propane regulator for dual propane tanks. I don't think I'd be able to sell for $1,200, but it's a good starting point for me, and that way I'm starting high and I can go low if I want to, rather than if you start low you have nowhere else to go. So I'm thinking maybe $700 or $800 is what it will actually go for. So as far as scrap goes, this thing hasn't had hardly any real good scrap except for the aluminum siding. The aluminum siding, I brought that in and I tore it all down. I cleaned it off. I didn't show you guys any of it, and I apologize. It wasn't cleaning the aluminum siding, you know, it wasn't all that fun to watch. There's 300 pounds of it, and he gave me 40 cents a pound because aluminum is pretty weak right now. It's not very good. So I got $120 for all that aluminum scrap. And yeah, that was a big truckload that I took to the scrapyard, I guess last week. So potential profit is $2,800 plus the $40 for that propane regulator. So it's about $2,900. And what I've made so far is that $1,085. Now there has been a lot of garbage, but luckily I have been able to burn all the, not the garbage, but not the plastic stuff, just the wood. So I burned a lot of wood, and I've been able to put a lot of the garbage in with my municipality will take it for me. So just curbside garbage. I still have these tanks here. These are one of them is, I believe, gray water. Another one is for septic. Another one is for something else. And then I also have this is for another tank that I have to get rid of. Lastly, my expenses have been practically zero. Someone gave this trailer to me for free, and they dropped it off here for free. It was really nice of the guy. Really appreciated it. The expenses though were time. That's my big one right there. So time, I think I've put in over 50 hours of time into this. I think I did a pretty good job trying to sell pretty much everything, maximize my profit on this guy. And yeah, so keep that in mind if you want to try it out, and if you ever have one. Big thing is the space that it's going to take up, the time that it's going to take up, and the garbage that you're going to have to do something about. Those 3 things, once you get those covered, if you have a solution for all those things, then you can make some money off this. A quick note for the camper, guys, was there was lots of little perks that I can't quite remember everything that I pulled out of that camper. I remember I found some life jackets, we found some board games, we found some lawn chairs, little stuff like that. That was a nice little perk to find. I remember I found these, you know, stuff like that, little seat warmers, and also these are 2 propane tanks that I pulled out of there, and yeah, they are very heavy, both of them. Well, actually, I think that one, can't quite tell, maybe that one only has a quarter, but this one definitely has maybe half. So you get a little bit of free propane that way. That's good. And so I can use that for my barbecue, or if any other little project that I have going on. So yeah, that's a couple little perks that I thought of. Can't really think of anything else right now. I mean, there was some Romex wire, a lot of Romex that I pulled out of the camper, some other #2 insulated copper wire that I pulled out. So yeah, like I said, it's not a complete list of everything that I made off of this camper, but it's the best that I can come up with, because yeah, I didn't really do a good job of keeping track and writing down every little thing that I pulled out of there. So keep that in mind. If you want to have a camper, you see a camper for sale, or someone is going to give you a free camper that is worn out and torn and water damaged or whatever, you can make some money.